Hello guys, this is Devin. You're watching a done tutorial and we're about to get it done. How bad is it that I just did a play on my own name? Oh man, I'm a loser. Okay, so what did we do last time? What we did, we made this post route down here to basically make our to-do, okay? So this, oh no, sorry, this one is the get route. This one is the post route that is going to be making our to-do, okay? So first thing, you get the information that they send. You have to check for one of them, usually a couple of them, but just for this, just one. Then you're gonna use the constructor that we made in the to-do schema. We also made that last video, I believe. And then from there, we save it because it doesn't save it necessarily. Doesn't save it right away, sorry. And we worked a little bit in these .then and .catch, the promises here, and we're just sending back what we made or the error down here, okay? We also did a get route for all of our information. So notice how it's just slash. Usually that's convention and RESTful API. Same thing with post. Usually they're on the same, okay? So right here we find all of them, and then if it comes back, then we are going to send them to whoever requested it, okay? So res.json sends it a JSON format, and then if something happens, if there's an error, then it's gonna send the error in a JSON format as well. I mean, there's better ways to deal with that, but that's how we did it for this one. Okay, so we also just did a little bonus and went with the request.params.dog here. Okay, so request.param/name. Basically, that's just gonna do whatever is behind a colon here. So it just has to be the same name. So if I change this to cat, I just have to change this to cat, okay? So let's leave it as dog. I actually have cats right now, so I mean, I'm a little biased, but that's okay. Okay, so what are we doing this time? We are going to do an update route, okay? We are going to do a put route right here, okay? So as I'm sure you can see, the post route uses app.post, the get routes use app.get. So what are we gonna do here? Some groundbreaking new stuff. App.put, very good. Oopsies. So basically what a put route is it lets you go find and change something. So you could do it by find, and then basically you could do it by doing a combination of the post and get, which it really is. So like, I mean, this is just makes it easier, okay? So we are gonna go /:id here, okay? So that is basically getting us parameters, and it's gonna be our ID. So in the front end, we'll have to pass it back with the ID in the URL, or not pass it back, but go to this API with that URL, okay? So we're gonna go request.response, and we are going to make it a little cleaner. So again, we're going to use to do. So to do dot something. So there are lots of methods that come with Mongoose here. So we are going to go find by ID. Notice how it's camel case, or camel case, yeah. Find by ID and update. Okay, nice and long. So basically, this has a couple of things you pass in here. So we are first going to pass in our ID. So how do we do that? We just go request dot, oops, that's not dot params dot ID. Okay, so that gets access to in here. And now we are going to do a comma because there's another couple things. It's basically what you want to change. Okay, so for right now, we're going to change this. We're going to change it later, but so we're going to go completed equal to false, okay? So we are setting completed to be false here, and then there is one more you don't necessarily have to use, but this makes it so it returns the new version. I really don't like this right now. I want that to go away. Oh, and it did, but not correctly. Okay, so basically you go new and true. That just makes it so it's going to give you the new one instead, because by default send the old to do that hasn't been updated yet. But it does update it, but it sends you the old one. Okay, so here we're going to use our arrow functions in these promises again. So we're going to do updated to do, and then it's going to be here. Okay, so you know what? I don't even need this. I can just send it right away. Simple, super simple. And then we're passing our updated to do in there because that's what we want to send. Okay. So basically, I'm just doing it on one line, so I need way less stuff. I don't need any curly braces here because, or not brackets, whatever you call them, the round ones, the normal ones. I don't need them here, just because there's only one. If it's two, you need them, even if it's inline. And then if you're doing all of this right after the arrow, then you don't need the curly braces. But if I was to do this, it wouldn't work because I need the curly braces because it's on a different line. Okay, so we are also going to catch that dot catch. Okay, and it is going to be error, exact same thing. We're not using a lot of the stuff we normally do. And then res.json error. Perfect. Okay, so in theory, this should work. I mean, if I didn't type something wrong here. So we're going to go back into Postman. Hope you guys have downloaded it now because he's starting to need it. Okay, so I'm going to grab this ID. Okay, and notice that this one we can use the 2018, so you can kind of see this right now. Okay, so the put route, we're going to go to a put here, and then we are going to go slash and paste that ID in because we have to use it with the route parameters, right? And then we are just going to send it because we don't need to input anything right now. Oh, did I put false or true? What did I do here? Oh, I put false. Okay, sorry, that's why. Okay. I meant to set this to true. I don't know why. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I meant to do that. Okay, so I meant to set this to true. So I just set that to false for the first round there. So we updated from false to false, so didn't do much. And now it is still false. Why is that? Why did that happen? Do I have the new is equal to true? Yes, I do. Should be good here. Updated to do. Yes, yes, and yes. So let's just resave this, make sure everything's working. Maybe I didn't save it. That could have been the issue there. And I think it was the issue, okay? So I set that to true, but if I want to be able to toggle it, I should be able to just send it again, but it still comes back true, right? So we are going to change that. We're going to do a little bit of a hacky way to do this, but that's okay. So we're going to go slash again after the ID. So as long as there's a slash in there, you're good. Basically, the ID will never have a slash. And then we are going to do another route parameter. This is probably not the best way to do it, but for this video, it's not bad, okay? So we are just going to pass the bool as a boolean, sorry, as part of the string you're requesting. And instead of using true, we are going to go request.params.bool, okay? So this will just kind of move the logic a little more to the front end, which is, I mean, normally not the best idea, but since we're just getting started, it's not bad here. Okay, so I feel like that didn't save. Did it save? I should have saved. Okay, I see it. I saw it move. We're good. So I'm going to go to Postman here, and now this won't work. Okay, so now it won't work because basically we don't have another slash in here. We need that slash, and then I forget what it was. I think it was true, right? So we can just go pass in false here, and it's set to false, and then pass in true here, and it's set to true. But if I just press send again, it's still set to true. So the only catch with this one is that it's going to do it right here, so you have to keep changing that. But if you do it on the front end, you just do like an if statement, if set to true, then you set that to false, and you just add that to the route. You just add it to the, sorry, not the route, the URL string, okay? So that is it for this video. I think we went over everything in a put route that we need to do here. So I hope you guys had fun. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, like, send me a comment of what you want me to do next. I mean, right now we're going to do the delete route, but after that we should be moving on, maybe getting into a little bit of front end. I'm trying to debate if we are going to be using just plain old HTML to make this to-do list, or if we want to use React. I'm going to do React no matter what, but I don't know if that'll be a different series or what. So leave me a comment what you think, what I should be doing here. Yeah. And enjoy.